So, when I first played Rhythm Heaven on the DS, I was probably like 12. And in the sixth row, right before Remix 6, I unlocked Karate Man. And I don't know, somehow I had a gut feeling that it was this big deal. I don't know how, because I didn't know anything about the game when I got it. And so I played it, and I really liked it. By judging by the other games, I do think there are better ones, but I loved it. I loved the game itself, the song, and then Karate Man 2 happened, and they're basically the same. Karate Man 2 is just faster. I wouldn't even say it's harder than the first one. A lot of people might say differently, but I don't think I found anything particularly more advanced about the second one, other than the song is just faster and arguably better. I do like the song better in the second one, so I thought I would show you those. Oops. yeah, didn't really think anything of it. I was happy to have, the second game. So then, a few months later, we get Rhythm Heaven Fever on the Wii. And again, I knew nothing about this series. I didn't know that certain games were in every single installment. So my brother got to Built to Scale on the Wii first and was like, Megan, there's Built to Scale. And I was just like, okay, cool. I don't love Built to Scale. It's fine. But, I was like, okay, why'd they put that in there? It's different in the Wii. But then I started to get a little further than my brother. And, as you know, Rhythm Heaven DS and Rhythm Heaven Fever don't have a screen reader. So I'm just moseying on through row 7, and I think I got an okay or good enough, whatever it is, on cheerleaders, which meant I unlocked the next game, which was... And of course, I knew what that was. So I was like, Karate Man! And I was about to run upstairs and go get my brother because we had the Wii in the basement at the time, and he had just gotten out of the shower and he came back down the stairs. And so I paused it real quick because I had just heard that intro. And he just came down to either play or watch me play, I don't remember. But I went back to the menu and I was like, look! And I told him to close his eyes because I didn't want him to see it on the menu. And so I pushed A, and then he heard that sound and he was like, how'd you get Karate Man? Because apparently he was stuck on cheerleaders. And so then he was watching me do the practice, and we both loved the combos. You want to know something funny? For the longest time, I didn't know it was like light bulbs and things that you're punching. I always imagined this dude training with a punching bag, because that's what it sounds like. If anything, Figure Fighter on Rhythm Heaven Fever sounds like breaking shit. But I digress. So yeah, here is the first Karate Man on Rhythm Heaven Fever. And by the way, this is the correct way to play Karate Man on Rhythm Heaven Fever. I have spoken. Yep. For any blind players who are watching, I was playing Karate Man with 2-player. And if you put both earbuds or headphones, I almost said earbones, trying to combine earbuds and headphones. If you have both on your ears, you will hear that when it's the player 1's turn, it's focusing on the left side. And when it's player 2's turn, it focuses on the right side. Now there is no indicator whose turn it is. I just learned. And you don't get penalized for the other player pushing buttons. So over time I just learned, and I don't normally push buttons on the other controller when I don't need to. But I love playing 2-player. And then in the 10th row, Karate Man 2 happened. And in case you don't remember this clip from my Rhythm Heaven DS video essay, as you probably know, Karate Man 2 and Rhythm Heaven Fever is my favorite. Well, it was, before Megamix happened. More on that later. I know, just stay with me. I'm getting there, I promise. So, if you watch this next clip, you will probably see why Karate Man 2 is my favorite on Rhythm Heaven Fever, and then that might give you a hint as to what's coming later. So, do you know why yet? Do you? Huh? Huh? Do you? Do you? Do you? I had to quote Dory. If you guessed the part after the lyrics, you are correct. I remember when I first unlocked it, I was like, what's happening? Because it's throwing so much at me. But that's what I love. I love challenges. I love figuring out challenges. And once I figured it out, oh my god, it felt good. Also, humble brag. This video of me doing Karate Man 2 is the first time I touched Rhythm Heaven Fever in probably 10 years. Because I got a new TV, and my new TV doesn't have the 3 little wires. And because Groove was coming out, I was desperately looking for a way to still play my Wii, because it's not broken. I didn't want to give it away. And then I found an HDMI adapter for the Wii, and that's the very first thing I did when I plugged that HDMI adapter in. First time I touched the game in 10 years. I did Karate Man 2. So then, fast forward, I find out in April that Groove is coming out, and I'm like, holy shit. So I start going down this rabbit hole of all my favorite Rhythm Heaven games and reading the comments, because some of them have newer comments about, holy shit, we won, getting a new game, you know? And then I started hearing people talk about Megamix. And I was like, what's Megamix? What did I miss? Did I miss something? What? And so I looked it up. And sure enough, it was a new installment that came out in 2016 on the 3DS. And then I got upset because I was kind of hurt. I was like, my friends and family know how much I love these games. Why did no one tell me this existed? I didn't ask for a 3DS for Christmas or birthday or anything because I was like, I'm blind. I don't need no 3D. But then I did more research because I had a 3DS in my cart on eBay, and then I was looking for Megamix, couldn't find it, in the US at least. I almost bought a Japanese copy, and then I did more research because I didn't have a good feeling about it in my gut. And keep in mind, this was before I watched any videos. I was just determined to play a new Rhythm Heaven game. And so, I did so much research, so much digging. And then I found out the reason I can't find a cartridge in the US is because it was only available on the 3DS eShop, which closed in 2023. And this is 2026. So I was very upset. I even made a Facebook post asking any of my friends if they still had a 3DS and if they possibly had Megamix downloaded on it, and if I could please borrow it to play. And then I made it public. Nobody responded. I even looked on Marketplace. There were 3DSs, but there was no way for me to know if they had Megamix on them. And even if I did get a 3DS, I don't know how to mod it. I don't know the first thing about that shit. So I was upset that I didn't get to play a new game, and there's no way for me to play it now. So I found, shout out to Daft Husky. He's my favorite Rhythm Heaven YouTuber. It was hard for me to find a good Rhythm Heaven YouTuber. And so I found him playing Megamix. The story was pretty mid. I didn't love the story. It was just kind of there, okay, whatever. But I did think it was really cool that it included games from Tengoku, which I hadn't watched because I didn't know there was a version before the DS, and from the DS, and from Fever, and then new games for Megamix. So I wasn't really super into the story, but I loved watching him play the games, and that's where I found Rhythm Tweezers and, you know, some of the other things. And so I did end up seeing the Karate Man that was first. I thought the DS one was first. It was not. The Tengoku one was first, and yeah, I don't like that one at all. But I think it's because I started with the DS and then I had Fever. And so going back to the roots of Rhythm Heaven and seeing the very first Karate Man, I was kind of like, I don't like this. It's way too easy. Because Because if we know anything about me, we know I don't like easy. So, speaking of Karate Man, because that's what this video is about, he gets to the final tower. I forgot what it was called. And, there is one more game before the final remix, which I'm also pissed I can't play because it's so good, and it's like a love letter to every single Rhythm Heaven game before it. But we're here to talk about Karate Man, and look at this greatness. Yep, Karate Man Sr. When I saw that the first time, this may sound kind of stupid, but I actually started crying because, like, I can't play it, and it combines both. It said, oh, you played DS and Fever? Okay, let's put that to the test. And then when it gets faster, I realized after a few listens that the pattern is the same, but still, I am still not happy with the fact that I can't play it. And it's gotten to an unhealthy point where, I'll just show you. Yep, your eyes and ears, if you can hear it, do not deceive you. I am holding my powered off DSi XL. My iPad is on my lap. Karate Man Sr. is playing on my iPad. What am I doing? Tapping it, like pushing A and B when I'm supposed to the rhythm. Yeah, I memorized it. I listened to it non-stop. I loved it so much. And then I started memorizing it. And now I can do it pretty seamlessly, so that's a little scary because I don't even own the freaking game. But if you saw my short after the Nintendo Direct and the Treehouse Live thingy-majigger, that should not come as a surprise because I was doing the same thing with Brawly Good Show and Fruit Flex. So, it started with Karate Man Sr. That was the point that I realized I could do that. I've done it with a few other Mega Mix games as well, but Karate Man Sr., I don't get to play it. I don't get the in-game feedback of my actual performance. It's a YouTube video. So, Rhythm Heaven Groove comes out in exactly 1 week. My pre-order went through while I was making this video. 1 week. So I am manifesting we will get another Karate Man game, and it will be just as good, if not better, than Karate Man Sr. 'Cause think about it, some people are like, oh, this game is, for people who've never played it before too, so it's not gonna be too hard. Do you remember how Mega Mix started? I didn't even play Mega Mix, and I was getting bored because I was like, these are too easy even by Rhythm Heaven standards. It holds your hand way too much in the very beginning. But then you get to the end and it's like, holy shit, what the hell is this? There's like essentially 3 equivalents of Remix 10 because they had to get all the games in there. Final Remix is amazing. I've tried to simulate that as well, but I don't know how to play some of the games, so it kind of falls flat. But I'm thinking like every Rhythm Heaven game starts off pretty easy, and then everyone knows what happens in Fever on Remix 10. You think you're done, and then the Packing Pest's hand comes back twice to trip you up at the very end. So I have hope. I have hope that we will see Karate Joe, or whoever Karate Man Sr. is, whoever trained Karate Joe. And it will be just as good, if not better, than Karate Man Sr. Or, if they give us Karate Man Sr., I will cry. If I hear Lil Miss Reeds say, Karate Man Sr., I'm gonna frickin' just start crying. And I won't get it on video, probably, because I can't just record every single time I unlock a new game with my glasses. That's hell. And then I have to import them all just to delete them all. I'm not doing that. I need a better system. At some point, I will get a new computer that I can actually plug the stupid capture card into. I talked about that in my Rhythm Heaven Groove predictions video. I'm trying not to get my hopes up. Listen, that's the thing. Before I watched Mega Mix, my predictions for Groove were pretty reasonable. It's a new Rhythm Heaven game. I played Fever after playing DS. None of the games are gonna, some concepts will make a return, but none of the games are gonna, like, my expectations were in check, if you will. And then I watched Megamix. And then they skyrocketed through the roof, and now I fear there's no hope in coming down. There's no coming down. So, there are 80 plus solo games and 30-ish two-player games. What if they make Karate Man Senior two-player? That'd be hilarious. Because the other person would be like, I don't know what's happening. Meanwhile, you have me, who has it memorized. I can't believe I missed it, and they made it harder, they made it faster, they combined the elements of, I think, all the Karate Man installments, because I don't even remember if the Tengoku one had the hit 3. I think it was just the 1 punches. And then the DS introduced the hit 3, and then the punching on the offbeats, and then the punch kick, and then Fever introduced, like, it kept the hit 3, and Karate Man 2 on Fever has hit 4, and then it introduced the combo, and then Karate Man Senior said, hey, let's combine everything and then make it faster and more complicated. And me, who loves challenges, is like, why? Because I don't get to play it. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up that Groove will actually give us Karate Man Senior, but I need something similar, okay? We have 1 week. 1 week. It's literally sitting on my Switch. The icon is there next to the demo. I even checked to see if the demo had anything new. Just another row to hold us over, and maybe another 2-player game? Please? No. But yeah, that is my Karate Man journey. I debated waiting until the possibility that Groove gave us another Karate Man game, but I was like, no. I won't get my true reaction on camera. There's no point. I don't want to wait that long. So, yeah. Needless to say, Karate Man started off as, yeah, this is good, this is cool, I like it. And now it's my favorite thing in the Rhythm Heaven series. And the Samurai, too. I didn't love Samurai Slice on the DS. They made it an endless game, and to be honest, I couldn't even figure it out. But the one on Fever, holy shit, amazing. Samurai Slice 2 on Fever isn't my favorite thing, but it's still good. And then they made Super Samurai Slice on Megamix, and I don't get to play that either. I hate everything. And Blue Bear, I love Blue Bear. There's a lot of them, Lumberjack 2 specifically. But yeah, fingers crossed that we will get a Karate Man Senior equivalent in Groove, or maybe Karate Man Senior perhaps, ? Since there's 80 games. You never know, but also I'm trying to keep my expectations in check again, but it's very hard because Megamix happened, and yeah. I'm just repeating myself at this point. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my Karate Man journey. Please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. Follow me on Patreon to support the channel. We're in the end game now, literally 1 week to go. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.